My God.
Empty bottle.
Jeez.
I like how you add extra.
If we had a cameraman, they'd be laughing. Head is shaking, lips are moving.
Beard is waving in the
We're a
wind.
little behind on the times. So yeah, it's not a video this time again, but that's okay because we make do. Here at ASD, we make do. All right, Ev. So we were talking before we started about it was a gentleman, right?
Yeah, one of our students came to me, on Saturday last week, and he says, "Hey, Ev, Krav Maga saved my life. You saved my life." And I'm like, "What?" So what happened was he was riding his electric skateboard. He had 2 cameras. He was taking pictures down there and thought it was very cool. And then what happened? He stopped, and these guys rolled up in a car. 3 guys got out of the car.
Oh Jesus!
One had a machete, the other had a handgun, and the third guy had a knife. And he just remembers me telling him, "Man, listen, just give that stuff up. It's not worth it, right?" So all he said was, just remembering what you said to me saved my life. If I tried something, man, I'd have been dead, right? So he gave up his cameras, his skateboard, his wallet. Police came by. They took a police report, but he goes, "Man, you think it'll never happen to him?" And he goes, "Wow, L.A. having a great time." Guess what?
That's LA.
I know, man. Isn't that crazy? Well, it's not just L.A.
Yeah.
But the point is that when you think it's not going to happen to you, it happens.
Yeah.
Right? People don't spring into action unless they have something happen to them. How many people have we had come through here where, why are you taking self-defense? Well, I was attacked, I was raped, I was beat up. Well, that's after the fact.
Yeah.
Which, and you've heard me say, we're in the life assurance business, right? Because we're not in the life insurance business. What happens when you use your life insurance?
You're already dead, right?
Yeah, you're not around, right? So we want to make sure that you never have to use that. But the point is, we want to make sure that you never hurt and that you're smart enough. And he goes, the reason why that happened, he wasn't paying attention.
Yeah. And it sucks because we tell people to pay attention every day and... until, like you said,
Was he alone?
He was alone.
Yeah.
And you know what? I mean, it's a bad story, but it's a good story because
he's alive
to tell the story.
Yeah.
How many people that I've known people that they're not here to tell the story.
Yeah.
They were stupid, right? So.
Well, the cool part is I like that we get one of these. Almost every other year or every couple years, we get somebody coming up and say, "Hey, I actually had to use what I learned,
right?
And I'm alive to talk about it,
right?" And so it's just, I mean, why are we in the business? We're in the business to make sure people to learn how to protect themselves, right? I mean, if everybody was cognizant of their environnment, we'd be out of a job, right? So that was kind of good. I mean, and that was kind of neat. That really made my day to hear that. Right, the guy was smart about it. So
I'm so happy that nothing happened to him.
Uh-oh, here we go.
But in the event that guy with a machete started to wail at him or a gun, what would you have done?
Well, number one, first of all, I would give everything up. But I mean, if I have my grandson or granddaughter or my wife or my friends, guess what? That skateboard?
Yeah, I was thinking that's a weapon.
He had his skateboard, he had his helmets, and he had his cameras. Okay,
all those are weapons.
All of them, but we never think about that, right? No. So of those 3, the skateboard has the most distance. So I'd be smacking that guy with a skateboard. But
I was thinking he was saying, "Oh, if I'm with my grandchildren, take that grandkid and swing him." You swing that kid like a bat. And make sure you hold both feet just in case.
But here's the deal, right? People, first of all, and here's the other thing. If things are going down and you're waiting, you're talking, don't talk.
Nope.
You hit first, boy.
Yeah.
And when you hit first, you better make sure you hit first.
Yeah.
people think, well, I'm going to let him throw the first punch. Are you kidding me?
No, you're already afraid for your life.
Well,
Why wait?
here's the other thing: when people, how many people have you seen there? They wait for that first punch to be thrown, and
I
guess
see
what?
it every
They're
night.
on the ground, knocked out. Right?
I see it every night in my classes when we're trying to train people to block punches and throw punches.
Yeah, but not with your face.
They just sit there and they wait. And I'm like, what are you waiting for? It's your turn. Go.
It's just, see, that's a training thing, and people don't understand that if you're on the street, there are no rules. See, here there's rules, and they're waiting. Okay, the rule is I don't do no.
Yeah.
So that skateboard or that helmet, I mean, I'd be swinging those in the cameras.
Yeah, probably the second you see 3 people jumping out of a car, I would immediately grab the board.
Well, he saw the machete, and it's like, okay, and he knew, and his first thing was, oh, what am I going to do? And he said, just give it up.
Yeah.
And that's all they wanted, base. And so, but does that mean he still wouldn't have gotten shot or cut or whatever? No, but he was lucky.
Yeah.
But he shouldn't have been.
Not paying attention. I don't know where, if, okay, so I'm thinking stuff like this is getting worse, and broad daylight seems to be
That's
the new, dark alley.
How many people,
nobody gives a shit anymore if they see you or not. They're still going to rob you.
How many people do you see, I mean, looking at their phones?
Yeah.
I mean, it's just amazing.
Stop pointing. Fucking Gemma. She's always pointing at me.
You're always dopamine mining on your phone.
I am.
Well, I know, but you don't want to be statistics.
Exactly. I'm not.
Yet.
Speaking of statistics.
Okay. What a good segue.
I happen to look up this stuff because I know how you love to have these statistics on hand. Like when I first started, Ev actually had more statistics, or maybe we just did more seminars together. But I'm looking at the FBI, stuff, and this is about a year and a half old, maybe a little less. This is from 2022. Now, it looks like this is going to be terrible for a podcast, but it says murder and non-negligent manslaughter recorded in 2022, estimated nationwide decrease of 6.1% compared to the previous year. Now, those aren't numbers per se, but at least it went down in 2022.
So what was it? Yeah, see,
let's think about what happened in 2021 and 2020. Do you remember all the riots on the stores?
Oh my God.
And all the social turmoil that was going on about all the injustice?
The thing is, statistics are, they're
Statistics
reference.
are whatever you want to make them.
Yeah, they're reference points, but what does that mean?
Exactly.
You could be in a city where we're in a city. I know, but the point is, you could be in a city.
Gemma would have my back on this one, but I'm like,
statistics are relevant to whatever case you're trying to make.
You're relevant.
Where in one city, hey, maybe the crime went up. So this is nationwide, and it's an average, right?
I have census statistics. Let's just go with totals. Do you want to know how many? Let's see, where are we at? By race and ethnicity, 2019. We'll say 2019. That was a terrible year, right? We had got locked down, right? Was that 2019?
No, I think it was
in
2018.
Did we really get locked down?
2020.
Yeah. So end of 2019, all of 2020, right? We were essentially in some sort of kind of makeshift lockdown where if people were out, they were wearing masks. They were,
Yeah, it's COVID, right?
Yeah. So in 2019, there were a total of 6,816,975 instances of crime. And this is murder, rape, robbery, aggravated assault, burglary, larceny, motor vehicle theft, arson. Everything you could think of is broken down here.
Yeah,
is it actual crime or crime reported?
Crime. Good call. This is the FBI stuff, so I'm
here's
assuming
the
it's
thing.
reported.
It's reported, but how many? So that's 6 million. Okay. What about the ones that weren't reported?
Right. What about those,
Yeah.
Gemma?
No, that's the point. I mean, statistics are good, but that's 6 million, right? Maybe there's another 12 million that's not reported.
Oh, that sucks. Yeah, because it's not like there's 6 million people. There's at least 6.5 or 7
Jeez.
or 18 or something. I don't know.
Okay, all right. Enough of the stats.
Do we want to know arrest by race?
No.
Because I found the right page for it, I guess.
So what does that mean? Does it mean we're getting worse? We're getting better? We don't know.
I think it depends on where you get your news
Right.
and how often you watch the news.
You know?
And in where you live, your demographics, all of that, everything.
Your student, he went to LA, you said?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Went to Los Angeles.
Bigger cities, more crime, more people.
More crime, more people.
Yeah, well, that's going to happen, man. You know, when you have a bigger city, you have a lot more people, you have a lot more crime.
Yeah.
Except for, I hear that in Japan, the crime rate is really low.
Yeah, Japan, coming from Japan, is a very homogenous society, right? So,
What do you mean by that?
I mean, you go to school and you have to wear a little outfit, you know, the hat, but it's all, there's no differentiation. Now, that may have changed, but again, here, you if you line up 10 people, I mean, it's like, it could be totally different. In Japan, you line up 10 students, and they all have the same hat, the same coat, the same pants, the same shoes,
Yeah.
right? But that's what a homogenous society is, right?
I don't know what homogenous means.
And
He just explained it.
Oh,
the
yeah.
other thing, you know, in Japan, the teachers are the ones that when you have the younger kids, they raise the kids, not the parents,
Right.
right?
Oh, yeah, because we're too busy working or living our lives. Why do we even have kids sometimes? I wonder.
Well, that's another.
Topic for another day.
There you go. Okay, you're showing me.
Wait, are you going to show him that video of the lady?
It's
I have a before
This
you
one?
before you get to that, let's talk about the women's self-defense seminar you had.
Oh yeah, hey,
just had it,
we
right?
just had a women's self-defense seminar. If you guys are interested,
How did it go?
It was excellent. They all, it's what I expected. Most of them, they got a lot of information out of it. We did a couple techniques. They loved the information.
What was you do these a lot. What is
Right.
the number one technique that you teach other than don't be there, environmental awareness?
Hammer
And
fist.
Hammer
this
fist.
is it's not necessarily just for the sex, not necessarily for females, but
No.
anybody.
Anyone.
And why is that?
Hammer
Why
fi-
the hammer fist?
Because first of all, hammer fist is very intuitive. It's very instinctual. People have used their hammers rather than punching. Punching takes a lot of time. There's a inherent danger when you punch incorrectly of either breaking all your knuckles or snapping your wrist. But when you use a hammer fist, there's no bone. It's the meaty part of your fist. And you think when I say hammer, everybody can visualize a hammer, right? And that's universal wherever you go. And then the other thing is a front kick. Those are the only two techniques that I
Really
teach.
So that's a
important.
groin kick.
Yes, a
Yeah,
groin kick.
front kick would be a kick to the groin.
Right, that's Krav Maga, right?
I actually was teaching that last night.
But here's the other thing, right? I tell people, and I ask them, I said, how many good punches do you need? Or how many good, just one.
Just one.
How many good kicks do you need?
Just one.
I like when you ask, how many times can you punch a wall?
Yeah.
Yeah, oh, right. That's
How
the
many
point.
times?
How many times can you
Ev, how many times can you punch a ball?
No. If it's a concrete wall, how many times can you hit it full blast? 2 times, right? Twice times. Once with your right, once with your left. 2 broken hands. So.
2 broken hands.
And it's more natural to hit like this than to punch because some of the people, you know, they'll bring their elbows up. I mean, it's just, and when you do a hammer fist, people move their hips more naturally.
Yeah.
I know this is a side note, but before I forget, since we're talking about technique, I have a question about the headbutt.
Okay.
When you do a headbutt on somebody else, aren't you also giving yourself a headbutt?
Well, here's the thing. First of all, headbutts, you can do a headbutt.
Also, doesn't it hurt you too?
not as bad as when you hit somebody's nose with the top of your head here, right?
Yeah.
That's another thing. Doing a headbutt, they see that on TV, and oh my God! Every time I see the headbutts on
That's why
TV,
I'm asking. Cause
they're
I
like,
see it
oh
on TV.
God. They do it so wrong. Number one thing, what you want to do is bring your shoulders up, and you're using the forehead to hit the nose. Now, headbutts are more easily done by shorter people than taller people, right? There's an advantage to doing a headbutt if you're shorter, but doing it correctly really makes a difference, right? And so that takes some time, but
So-
it's an extremely effective weapon.
So what you're saying is that the headbutts I saw Reacher do on the TV show was completely incorrect
We were
because he's tall.
Gemma was super stoked. So she was like, I haven't really ever seen anybody doing Krav Maga in a show for reals. And one of the things that this guy really liked to do was throw that elbow.
Elbow and headbutt.
Like he was always in close and he was always using his close range weapons.
I watched that one too. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, besides him being a mountain and a physically fit mountain, his elbow strikes are excellent because number one, he was using close range weapons, right? And the headbutts were really good. But again, when he was coming in, he was hitting the guy on the nose and using his forehead. Right. So whoever did the choreography for him knew what they were doing. So.
Yeah. Good job,
Yeah.
Jack Reacher show on Amazon. Plug.
Hey, just speaking of Amazon, did you know they bought MGM? Metro Goldwyn
Not
Mayer?
surprised.
Amazon bought MGM.
Yeah, they are.
Are you talking about Bezos?
No, well, yeah, they bought
Jeff Bezos is going to rule the world. Watch.
MGM. Yeah, is an Amazon company now. So I'm like, wow. Anyway, so headbutts are effective, but I don't teach that, and the women loved it. We did just enough physical activity to keep going. What really surprises people, I do something called touching knees, right, or like touching shoulders, which we used to do, and to get them, first of all, to get their adrenaline going, and we do it for 10 seconds, and I do 3 sets of 10, and I ask them, okay, good, how many minutes was that? A minute or 2 minutes? And everybody goes, well, that was 2 minutes, or that was a minute, and I tell them, no, that was a total of 30 seconds. They're going, what? And no matter who I teach or what I do, people lose sense of time when their adrenaline's going and they're doing something. Okay, we're looking at a
Jeff
video.
Bezos, $177 billion net worth.
He's going to be a trillionaire.
Yeah, so what does that mean? Does he have that in cash, or that's
That
the
means
valuation of everything?
If
that
he's
his
riding a
business
skateboard
owns?
down the street, he better look out.
Well, no. If he's
Jeff
riding,
Bezos.
Yeah.
if he's riding,
Anybody sees that bald guy riding down the street,
if he's riding a skateboard down the street, you know that skateboard's going to have advanced radar. It's going to have.
You know there's going to be a
machine
team
guns,
behind it.
flamethrowers. You're like, why is there a group of people running behind him? I don't know.
What is
Okay,
this?
so
This is McDojo Life.
Now we're plugging people. Let's plug McDojo again because he's one of our favorite people to talk about. Now he finds our soul spirit walkers who like to
the energy
use
guys.
their energy force. Now this is a recent one where he caught a lady with 2 guns. One of the guns is on her head, and one of the guns is on her stomach.
Are you kidding me?
Now the gun on her head is being held from behind. He's actually got a what would you call choke, kind of like a rear naked.
It's a rear naked choke.
Rear naked
A
choke
karate choke.
behind her with the gun to the side of her head, and the other guy is in front of her pointing the gun at her stomach. So this is absolutely I don't even know if you would probably defend against this. Would you? Is this or is this just wait until they're done taking what they need to take and let them go?
I feel like this is a black belt technique.
Do you train
This
people on 2 guns at once
This
like
is
this?
stupid.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Okay.
First of all, number
So-
one, she's explaining it. Okay, it's terrible. She's a terrible teacher. Number one,
Terrible teacher.
Let me see the. Yeah. Oh my God.
Okay. All right, if
Dead.
you guys are fans of fun stuff, go on to McDojo Life, and it's only a few videos down. There's this lady with a hat on, and there's two gentlemen, one behind her, one in front of her, holding guns. Now she seems to think that she can turn her body using her hand to knock the guy behind her's gun into his own chest. And then as she turns, she's using her elbow to move the gun in front of her offline, which technically is a okay thing for the one gun. But having both guns and redirecting both of them at the same time is impossible.
Okay, let's. She's talking. First of all,
Should we?
She should put it right there, just right there. She should first of all demo the thing, but she's going to die anyway because
Yeah.
number one, the way she brings her hands up, she now has made her silhouette bigger. As soon as her hands move, those two guys are going to put bullets in her.
Exactly.
That's anybody thinking that's real and trying that, they're going to have a lot of bullet holes in them. That's one of the worst things I've ever seen.
I like her swim move. You guys got to go on McDojo Life and check this out.
She didn't even hit him.
No,
Yeah.
she seems to think that moving the gun into his collarbone is going to be more than enough. I'm not going to pull the trigger on myself. So as soon as she starts to move, she's getting shot.
Oh, first,
What would you do?
number one, I would not raise my hands like that. First of all, that's the worst thing you can do.
Yeah.
Why does she do that? That's what she saw on TV.
Yeah.
Okay, when you raise your hands,
No, don't shoot.
yeah, you break
Yeah.
your silhouette. So whenever you break your silhouette, whenever the human eye can detect any kind of differentiation in light, those people react. Two guns, one behind her head and one in front of her. Are you friggin' kidding me?
Yeah.
How did she get into that situation in the first place? Okay, she's setting it up. That's a. Anybody tries that and for real, okay, bring them roses because they'll be dead.
All right.
Me personally, what would I do? I wouldn't get in that situation.
Yeah.
And then here's the other thing: if I'm in that situation, again, you'd have to talk. That's I can't see me getting in that situation. That's
Exactly.
really
Nobody's going to be, I don't think, I mean, unless you're some kind of army guy or, in the middle of a war, there's nobody who's going to grab, even in war situations, terrorist situations, nobody's going to be behind you holding your neck with a gun while somebody else walks in the front and points it at your stomach.
That's more of a hostage situation. So,
Yeah.
I
And
mean,
even that is like, there's not going to be two people. If there's two people, there's going to be 6 people or 8 people. Like, it's just silly. This one's next. This one's next.
I
have
love,
one more.
Okay, who's the guy that does McDojo Life? I love it. He's awesome. He shows all these things,
awesome.
and it's just
Offhand. God, I don't know this guy's name.
His name is McDojo.
well, it's whatever. But I mean, he's. I can't. Well, you know what? It shows you that people are gullible, and a lot of these instructors that our instructors think they know what they're doing are going to get people killed. That's just crazy,
Right.
right? So what's the next one? A guy's
So
using
I
his
got
baseball
one
cap?
more, and I love it. And again, if you go down just a few more videos, if you go to their McDojo Life Instagram or even on his page, this guy's got a gun, and this is for people like me who like to wear hats. His gun is pointed at the guy. He takes his hat off, puts it to the back of the gun to grab what is this?
That's your thumb.
No,
Okay, yeah. That's the hammer.
the hammer
on the back.
the
but
hammer.
A lot of the
He
guns.
uses the snapback part of his hat to pull the gun out of the
I
guy's
have
hand.
a crazy idea.
Oh my god.
After this podcast, can
Oh my
we try
God,
these
we're gonna
techniques?
try
Oh no,
this
I
too.
don't. You guys
Can we
could
just
try them.
try 'em?
They're the,
I want Ev to get out of the 2-gun hold and then I want to
I'll
use
do
my
the
hat.
one.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. First of all, that should never happen. Number one, and number two, whenever there's a weapon present, you have to change the mindset.
These guys are crazy. Who? I know nobody's
To be
paying
fair,
for
it
this.
looks like it's shot in the early 90s.
No, it looks like it's shot in the late 80s.
Well,
All right, so listen. I need to know who these people are. I know that he explains it, and so if you guys are interested, go on to McDojo Life. You could find out who these people actually are, because we have to expose this nonsense.
Well, that's what the guy from McDojo is doing.
Yeah, he's
I mean,
exposing the nonsense.
That's
And
amazing.
it's more just silly for us because we would never think to do these
Well,
things.
well, here's the other thing. Okay, so you watch, Grand Kung Fu Master or Kempo Master
Tiger, Hidden
facing MMA guy.
Oh man, those are so rough to watch. I feel
I
so
know.
bad.
Well, guess what? But you shouldn't say, hey, you're taking on an MMA guy and you get knocked out in the first 3 seconds,
Yeah.
and you're a grandmaster. Well,
Oh, those are silly.
right. Well, people are very gullible. They don't know. If you don't know something, and you look at it and go, oh yeah, that looks like.
That looks easy.
No, it's not easy.
Never. What we do is not easy. Even when we say it's easy, chances are it's not.
I think it's easy for Ev.
Yeah.
Well, here's the deal. No, here's the deal.
He makes it look so easy.
Ev trains every
All
damn
the
day
time.
of his life. This is our life. This
But you
is
gotta-
what we do. If we don't train, we get out of practice, and then what good are we?
But the as an instructor, as a teacher, you want to make it as simple, especially under stress situations.
Right.
You give a person one technique that'll work given any kind of situation, right? You can't give them 45 different techniques for one particular situation. You just got to give them the tools, make them simple,
Yeah.
make them effective, and that's it. This is just crazy, some of the stuff I see.
Yeah.
Holy mackerel. I can't believe that lady.
You guys definitely have to go check it out. That's McDojo Life. Just check his Instagram.
Okay,
It's
I'm going to start going
silliest
to...
thing ever.
Oh, I got a McDojo's Life. Is that what it's called? Okay. I want to check it out.
Yeah, always. You guys, and props to him for finding this stuff. I know people help him out and they send him things, but I appreciate what he does, because what we do is real. Like, we prepare people for life. These people, I don't know what they're doing. They're just trying to look cool on a video or something.
Yeah, the sad part is people...
Look that cool.
I know people actually believe so.
Yeah, that's the weird part. I see people doing this, and I'm like, who are these people? I don't know. How about the energy movers?
I
I'm
was
gonna use my
watched-
mind powers.
I was on YouTube, and there was a big, kind of a big guy. He was talking about
They're always big.
his daughter has learned how to generate energy, and she's going to, first time ever, she's going to knock me out or try to do her energy. So she comes up, and there's a guy behind him, and he's a big guy, like 300 pounds, 350, right? And she does this, and he just falls backwards.
I love it.
And the other guy goes to catch him, and he falls on top of the guy. But, and he's pretending like he's waking up, and he goes, oh, that
Yeah.
was good. You really did.
It really gets me when they sit on the ground and pretend like they're passed out, and they have to. They cross their legs, they put their hands across, and then they rub their back ever so gently. And then they give them a slap every once in a while. They rub, slap, rub. And I'm like, what is happening right now?
So if that girl were to get in a serious situation, she's going to die.
Oh, yeah, big time.
Yeah. Okay, let's go on to more pleasant situations,
Yeah, let's
right?
change gears.
Wow.
So, let me see.
Wait.
Okay.
How would you use a hat as an improvised weapon?
Oh, my God. I know.
Okay, how would you use it?
I would take it off and throw it in the face of the person. I mean, it's a lot of movement to get to a certain place, but that's all I would think. That's the only thing I could think of doing.
Take the back of the hat and just slap the guy with the
With
bill,
the bill, yeah.
of the hat, and make it quick. I mean, yeah, it's like
This
a slap.
is, yeah. Whoosh.
Really quick, pop it, and then again, just for that instance where you can disorient them, then just smack them in the face.
Yeah.
With an elbow.
with an elbow or
Yeah.
or a headbutt or just run, right? Yeah, anything can be used as a weapon.
Yes, anything. That's one of the things we teach.
Yeah. But you should never get in those situations in
No.
the first place, right?
If you're having to, yeah. So,
You got more statistics for us?
no, I actually have a guy using his hat as self-defense in
Oh my
Krav
God.
Maga.
Tell me he's doing it with disarming a gun.
Nope, he's got in his hat, he's got a weapon that it sits in the bill.
Oh, yeah.
So if you pull the bill down, it becomes a brass knuckle, but it's stabby. See, he's got the stabby thing.
That seems illegal in California.
Well,
Well,
I don't think this guy looks like he's from
I know, but
California.
here's the thing, right? Okay, so now that's a stabbing implement. It's like a knife, sharp edge.
Yeah.
Ends up killing the guy.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
guess what? We're in California. You go to jail.
right? So,
Yeah, that's what it is. A hat with a built-in self-defense knuckle.
and here's the deal: if you do that and you kill the guy, and the
That
guy
kind of looks like a ninja star.
Yeah.
sort of, huh? Basically,
Yeah.
yeah. So you got to be very careful of what weapons you use, right? That's another thing in the women's self-defense seminar. I asked, okay, how many of you guys carry weapons? And 4 of them had pepper spray. And I said, great. The first one I asked, I said, where is it? She goes, oh, it's in the car.
Yeah.
I said,
Good place for it.
yeah. And then I said, the second one goes, well, I carried it in my purse. I go, show me your purse. Oh my God.
She's like looking through,
Yeah, she
like
was
her
looking
life.
and there she found it. And then the last 2 said, well, we carry it on our keychain, right?
Where's your keys?
Well, they carry it in their hand when they do that. And I go, well, when was the last time you deployed it? I've never deployed it.
Never used it once.
I go, well, it's not pepper spray. You know that, right? It's not a spray. It is a stream,
Yeah.
right, of pepper spray. And what happens is that, again, in a situation where you're being stressed or attacked, you got to be able to react with that and no problem, just immediately do it. Well, I said, let me see it. Let me see you deploy it. And one was turning it around on her keychain to turn it around.
Did they deploy it?
No,
Oh.
I said, right? They were, so they understood. I said, you need to train on this. You need to deploy it. You need to practice it. And also practice yelling. Right? We did that too. And a lot of the ladies were.
I love when we do that drill
Well, here's the
because
thing.
it really gets them to open up a little bit and loosen up.
Yeah, but the point to that is, I hear this all the time. I say, you're not yelling. She goes, and most of the ladies go, when I'm attacked, I'll yell. I
Oh
go,
my God.
no, you won't.
No, you
If
won't.
you don't practice that, it's not going to happen. I've had people women and even guys that have come in, and I ask them, did you yell? And they go, no. I go, why not? I tried, but nothing came out. Well, so again, whatever you do on the training floor, you need to practice doing that so that you'll be able to implement that if you're attacked out on the street.
Exactly.
We have another video?
No.
Oh.
I found one of a guy using his hat as he grabs the bill
Yeah, and
and he flexed
the back end.
this part.
Right.
But I mean, he had like he
Right.
grabbed, he used
Right.
this as a handle and he.
Well, this is the way I'd come in and I grab this way.
Yep.
And come across this
Yeah.
way.
Yes. Maybe even slice.
Well,
You're like, yeah, of course.
use your shoe.
Oh man, that's the first thing I would, especially if I was in a hostage situation and they left my shoes and belt on.
Oh, jeez.
I'd be whipping people with belts and slapping people with shoes.
In what world would somebody?
Wait, hold on,
In a
James.
90s action movie world, okay?
After he unties his hands from the back of the chair.
I'm gonna find a rat. I'm gonna befriend a rat because I'm in a cage. And I'm gonna be like, come here, little rat, and he's gonna eat through my
Would
ropes.
you like to make a kung fu movie then, right?
I would love
and
it.
then have the speech out of sync. My kung fu is better than your kung fu.
You know, Wu-Tang did that best. I'm happy to see. Meow.
So anyway,
I have my 3.
that was
I had
good.
3.
That was really good. Yeah, we have to talk about them.
You got anything?
No,
Or you were the energy guy.
I was just going to talk about what you were showing.
Hey guys, what you been up to?
Have you been
how's
to
it going?
San Mateo?
Mateo.
Have I been to San Mateo as far as?
Yeah, I can't remember what's in
The
San
city.
Mateo.
Have you been in city, San Mateo?
Yeah, I've been to San Mateo.
What's to do in San Mateo?
Well, I usually
There's
go.
fairgrounds.
The only reason I bring it up because let's talk about statistics specifically
Ew.
to California.
Oh my God. You know how many cities in California are the worst in the United States?
Oakland,
Oakland being one of them.
Richmond.
Just today, I heard they're closing down the only In-N-Out burger in Oakland
Right. Yeah.
because of all the crime that
Right.
happens there, and they can't do anything about it. Isn't it weird how police can't do anything about stuff that happens in broad daylight?
Because their hands are tied.
Yeah, there's not enough of. Well, I mean, if somebody is strong arm robbing somebody, they can absolutely do something about it. But
the media will spin it.
well, no. I think the reason being is because they don't have the manpower to sit at In-N-Out Burger and secure the place. But In-N-Out could get security
Well, here's the thing.
at
but
least.
And the security will watch
Yeah.
as it happens.
Well,
security.
Don't we
no,
have a governor that says
security here?
don't arrest the people?
Wait. Security is there. Being a secure guard here in California, you're supposed to observe and report. That's all.
yeah,
That's
but
it.
but being present
I
is.
feel like you watch
is-
too many movies.
Hold on. So Oakland, yeah, but did you know that Fremont was voted the friendliest city in the nation
When
last year?
last year,
20 years ago.
who voted? The people in Fremont?
No. They did a poll, and I can't remember who did it.
The
but
friendliest.
the friendliest city.
Interesting.
Yeah, amazing. So you were talking about San Mateo. What about San Mateo?
What's the statistics on
Last
San
year,
Mateo?
there was a 35% increase in violent crime
That makes sense.
Really, in San Mateo?
in San Mateo.
The only reason I go to San Mateo, I go to
Santa Clara, where we live, the county we live in, the city we live in.
No.
Yeah.
that raised
The
about,
city
like,
or the
10
county?
10%.
The county or the city? Because there's a lot of
I think it's the
crap ass
city.
places in the county.
Yeah.
Boo.
So everything on this chart has increased except for San Joaquin and Ventura.
Because who the hell is there?
That's
San Joaquin, out where the farms are?
that's what
Farm
skews,
on farm crime.
No,
Let's-
that's what skews statistics.
That's what skews the data.
Because number one, you go to San Joaquin Valley, it's beautiful, but it's
It's
all open, it's
beautiful.
all farmland,
Yeah.
right? And then you come to San Francisco, the Bay
And
Area.
people are living on
We're
top of each
so
other.
dense,
Yeah.
right? So you take statistics and you bend them the way you want to bend
The
them.
Santa Clara thing, I believe, because in my lifetime, all we've done is tear down businesses and build up condos and apartments.
Well, that's because of the housing deal.
Well, we're packing ourselves in like sardines, man. Like it's not even okay half the time. Like you can't build a giant complex and not build a school to go along with it, or like
Well, you
services.
can because they are.
Hey, wait a minute. Now, hey, look at example. Japan and Tokyo's worse than Santa Clara, and they don't have the kind of crime we have.
Exactly.
But do you know again
Freaking
a statistic
Americans.
I read? I mean, who has the most heart attacks in the world? The
Me?
highest? No,
Every day.
Americans.
Japanese.
Really?
Wait, what?
Why?
They have the highest blood pressure, stress, and the food. I mean, a
What's
lot
wrong
of
with the
salt,
food? Oh,
A lot of salt.
salt.
a lot of shoyu.
I did not know that.
Yep. They have the highest incidence of heart disease.
And who's second?
I didn't look past that. I'm like,
West Virginia.
West Virginia.
I don't know. Actually.
No, the South.
so we're talking about this, but how can we make it better? Now we have no, wait a minute. We can.
James is making it better every day by
We-
teaching his fitness classes,
Booyah.
getting people moving. Even
Let's
the
get
self-defense
moving,
and Muay
baby.
Thai classes.
I had
Just moving?
17 people this morning.
I know,
at
but here's the
6:30.
deal. What happens is that again, we're helping people become less stressful,
Yeah.
right? Making them more aware. I mean, that's might seem like a little thing, but little things add up,
Yeah.
right? So how do we make it better? I think we're doing what we're doing to make it better.
Yeah. You're teaching self-defense.
It's
I'm
just we
keeping
have
people
to-
fit.
We just have to.
We make a good team. The Evan James team.
No, it's the James and Ev team.
Oh, I like that even better.
Yeah, J-E. Yeah, not E-J. Okay.
E and J is a liquor, isn't it?
I believe it is. I don't know because I don't drink.
You don't drink milk, but a lot of. Well, good. Okay. So,
What else you got?
what are we going to do for.
I want to know what Ev did this morning with Joe.
Did you work out this morning? It's Wednesday.
Joe, yeah. Well, we go up when I go to train. He has this machine. It's amazing. I mean, it's like a vibrating.
Oh
platform.
yeah. We were
So
talking about that.
You know, and then what happens? You stand on it, and wow, it's just amazing.
What
right?
moves did you do this morning?
It's just starting stretching, and then again, dead abductors and adductors.
So that's your regular stuff. You got a regular
right?
routine.
And well, no, today again, he has the hookup where I,
Cables.
I pull cables and
Yeah.
come this way.
Oh, yeah.
It works my triceps, but I'm here and I bend.
Yeah,
and I
it
look-
starts with the back because
Yeah,
that's
it works.
if you keep it straight like that
Yep.
and you comb down, it starts with the back and then you
Yeah,
build,
it
work
works.
the triceps.
Yeah, it works your triceps and
I
then
like that.
tricep here, and then of course because I'm still doing PT for my clavicle, the weights coming up this way.
I was doing that
and here this way
for a
and
little
then
while.
coming this way, and then he has a machine.
I was
that-
going sideways too.
Oh yeah, he's got a machine that's amazing. So I'm still doing some rehab on my clavicle.
We do rehab on her knee almost every damn
Every
day.
day.
What is it?
Every
I get
day is
so
a
sick
leg
of
day.
doing leg extensions and freaking hamstring curls, and I get sick of it,
Yeah,
Ev.
but guess what? At least you're doing it.
Yeah, and my legs are strong as shit.
Well, here's the thing. People.
Well, so everybody, if everybody
my
could
tree
watch
trunk legs.
James work out on these machines, he doesn't. So these machines that we use,
Oh,
they're
here I go
supposed
getting
to
called out.
isolate a muscle.
But
So
I
when-
use all
when-
my
when
muscles.
he does, he wants to go to the heaviest weight.
Not
And
all.
then he
I
uses
start
every
just
single
heavy,
muscle.
not heaviest.
He's holding on to those handles next to the thing.
That's
His
what
butt
they're
comes
for.
up. He uses his triceps and his body and his legs instead of just isolating his muscle,
Which
and
is
feeling the
boring.
movement.
Boring.
That's James is not rehabbing his knee.
I'm not rehabbing because I'm not
Except
rehabbing.
for the other day, he was like, "Man, my knee's messed up. I don't know what I
Oh
did."
yeah, I don't know what I did. Oh yeah, no. Okay, Okay, all right. On Monday, okay. Was it Monday?
You sound like Joe Pesci now.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. On Monday, I taught class and I worked out right afterwards, and then I came in and I ended up doing Krav Maga, and somewhere around the 45 or 50th minute of class, we started rolling around on the ground, and my knee wasn't feeling too good. Like it's essentially, and I even threw my back out a little bit because I'm just not used to these things that I can clearly do. I just don't practice it, so my body wasn't ready to be dropped on the ground the way it was, and I'm rolling around the way I am, and it's just been a really long time. We were basically fighting off of our back to get up. Like first it was
Defending them out or
What
Buck
technique
trap and
were
roll?
you doing
I don't even
buck
know.
buck trap and roll?
that you were throwing each other on the ground?
No, we weren't throwing
and
each other.
rolling around on the ground.
We were just going down to the ground. At some point, the technique was, I think it was defense against a
Rear naked
choke, but like, or I don't, and it wasn't. It clearly wasn't. But for some reason, we ended up in kind of a grabby mode, and then the person grabbing, I think, bear hugs. I'm stupid. We were doing bear hugs from the side.
Okay.
All
Oh,
right.
Yeah.
And at some point, because I was with the
taking
upper
you to the
belts,
ground.
we would take each other down, and then you have to fight them off to get up.
Yeah. Okay.
So, as I was going down one of the handful of times, because it was a very short amount of time that we were doing the ground stuff, but towards the end, like I said, the last 5 or 10 minutes of class, I was getting taken down, and I landed wrong or I did something wrong, and by the time I was done with class, I was like, man, my back is killing me. Like, and it's always a pinch right under my shoulder blade. It lasts a couple days. I'm fine now. I hunch when I'm tired, so I feel that. But my back is, it happens. It lasts a couple days, and then I get over it. And so that day, Monday, I was deep into that, and then right after that, I did Muay Thai, and we were doing trips or sweeps, right? So I allowed a couple people to work the sweep, and I wanted them to get good at it, but like my base is so strong, I know how not to get swept, but I had to let them sweep me a couple times because I wanted them to get the movement down. So a basic sweep in Muay Thai is you get the person up on one leg or something like this so that they're unsteady with their base, and then as they hop, the foot can easily be taken under, like easy. And so I was rolling on the ground, dropping on the ground. And then in the next hour, we were dropping on the ground again. And then, man, my knee just did not feel good the rest of the day. So,
Do you have a brace on it?
I did after that. But I mean, if I'm not actively doing active stuff, I try not to wear the brace all day. I don't want it to.
We should wear it.
I don't want to get dependent.
No. But what I'm saying, you should wear it to support it for a while.
Yeah. When I'm walking around and on my feet and I'm teaching classes and stuff, I'd like to wear it just because if I'm showing them a move that's like exacerbating this injury, I don't want to make it worse. You know what I mean? So I try to wear it as much as possible, except when I'm just relaxing. Right. I might put it on now because I'm stuck here for the next few hours. Like I'm going to be up and running around and doing stuff, but I don't try to depend on it because then, like I felt like for the last month and a half I've been wearing a knee brace, like every time I do anything, and I'm like, stupid Gemma is like, I don't want to wear it because her knee is worse than mine. And she never wears a brace.
You should wear a brace.
Do you know why?
All right. I was going to tell everybody
Tell
why.
everybody why.
But why don't you tell everybody?
No, I want you to tell everyone why you think I don't wear a brace.
Because she thinks she's tougher than she is, and she doesn't want to become dependent on a brace. She just wants to.
You wear the brace when you do an activity, then when you take it off when you're not doing the activity. Yeah, but the reason why you need the brace is you may have ripped a little bit of the muscle.
You may have ripped a little bit of the muscle.
Yeah, but so my focus is to be more hyper aware of my movements and feeling it through so I can see where I'm unstable so I know what to rehab.
But you should wear it if it's hurting right now, wear it for a couple days and then you can take it off.
Yeah,
and go
so
ahead
my
and do
knee
it.
doesn't hurt.
Okay, so then you're okay.
What about when you do the movement that you're doing?
I'm building my muscle. I feel my muscles shred.
Oh, folks,
I feel my limitations.
You should see the energy between the two eyes go looking at each other. I'm the outsider, and they're looking at each other dart-wise.
There's
I
nothing.
always tell James, I was like, you could talk to me.
That's a little joke.
After you've had knee surgery and been off your knee for a year.
Okay, I've had knee surgery.
Like Ev knows.
I know, but I wasn't off my leg for a year.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, Gemma, us tough guys.
He had a
We
knee
get right back to it.
completely different surgery because he had a knee replacement. I had my ACL, meniscus, and
Just clean.
MCL,
Oh yeah,
like-
I've had a LFP replaced and my
LMAO.
TWB and the LFMAO. So if you want to throw around letters and things, I could do that too. Like that one time, I got a
LOL.
FUB in my LOL.
attorney.
Oh my gosh.
Ev, what do you say to students who want to come and train and they have these injuries? What do you do for them in class when you're teaching self-defense? Because
this is a
people
good
that
one.
are
This is
even
a
people
good-
that are
good-
broken
good
or
thought.
that have issues, they still need to defend themselves. Like people, this is something I get asked all the time.
All the time. And we get people telling us all the time, hey,
My
I've
shoulder
got an
this, my knee
injury,
this,
or this or this. And then what do we do about that?
Well, number one, first of all, I always ask, okay, you have an injury?
Everybody.
Hey, listen, I can't do it because my knee. Okay, great. then here's what I want. I don't want you to run. You can't run.
Yeah.
One of the worst things you do if they have knee injuries is to run because, again, all that
Yeah,
impact.
all that weight
all that
coming down
impact
on their feet
on
and
here.
then
Yeah,
it
but
messes the knees up.
even on these mats because they don't give you
Yeah.
that much cushioning. So I say, hey, walk, right? If they like push ups, some people can't do it because they hurt. I said, okay, great. We make it so that they can do other things. The number one thing again is a lot of times we work on everybody's core because your
Yeah.
core, if your core is strong,
then
the
everything follows. yeah.
right, the core is your central headquarters. If that's strong, then we can always strengthen everything else up. But what happens after a while, when they've trained and they start getting used to it, then they can strengthen up whatever is injured. But you always want to ask, and I always ask, hey, where's it hurt, or what have you done? Okay, put a brace on, or whatever, right? So
How do you that's like for exercise stuff, but how do you modify techniques? Like for example, if somebody has like a knee problem, and I'm trying to think about a technique that
and they can't
do
bend.
certain things they can't bend.
I
Well,
would think just have them not do it.
well,
They can't do it. Have them not do it.
What if they're in that situation? How do they defend themselves? Just don't do it.
no. What?
I
Listen,
think there's always a modification.
there's always a
or something.
modification.
Okay, so
yes.
like, for example, buck trap and roll, right? So you have to push them off with your knee, right?
No.
No,
No.
Or not?
But you are bucking up
You're
and
bucking
using
up
your
your
knees to
knee.
do that, and they can't buck. So again,
What would you do?
But here's the
I saw the perfect thing. I was watching I was
McDojo.
No, this one was some dumb movie, but it stood. It was perfect. A guy was getting choked by a 300-pound monster on top of him, and he's being choked. He came up and he poked his freaking eyes out.
There it is.
Like there's no knee involved. He poked his eyes out, and as soon as he was in there with his thumbs, the guy rolled off on top of him.
that there's always an avenue of escape, and,
Yeah.
and again, going for the eyes. I tell people if you never take another lesson, go for the eyes.
Go for the eyes.
Because how many times have you got an eyelash or a
Yeah.
dust particle in your
Yes.
eye? You had to time out.
Yeah, wait.
When you come and poke someone's eye, what does the other eye do instinctually? If I poke your right eye, what does your left eye do?
It closes.
It closes because it's instinctually built in us to protect the other eye. So when you do that, both
I
eyes
actually
close.
protect both my eyes.
I know, but
Instinctually, I'm.
Yeah, but the point to that is gouging the eye, right? Or if
Yeah.
somebody's on me, man, hit the throat, grab the groin.
Yeah.
Inside here, grabbing here.
I had somebody on me doing. I don't remember. I think he was in mount. I had him on me. I
yeah,
dug
okay.
into the ribs with
That's-
my fingers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then you go for the nerve centers, right?
Yeah.
But when there's adrenaline going, sometimes that doesn't work.
Doesn't work all
So,
the
but
time.
going for eyes, see that's not a nerve center. The body instinctually needs to protect that part.
Yeah.
Popping the ear, hitting the throat,
Oh man, everybody sleeps on that one. The ear pop.
or
Ear pop.
grab. I mean, first of all, if somebody's in the mount on you and they're on top, if I can, number one, I'm going to grab your hair and pull you as close to me and then just
Yeah.
bite you. Because when you're up there like that, you have that power. You can rain down on me.
Shout
I get
out.
you close, take the hair, twist the neck. I mean, people are going to.
Shout out to Shane and Andrea, who will be listening to this because if they don't, burpees. They were doing a technique the other day, and they were rolling around on the ground, and Shane got I don't know if she was pulling him in, but he was chest to chest, like his head was buried in her shoulder. I was like, bite him. You're right there. Bite him. Like,
Right.
start with that, like.
People don't realize that they have more
We don't
weapons.
bite each other
Oh, yeah. Okay.
at here at AST. Just letting people know we do not. We say it, but we do not bite each other when we're training.
Yeah, I do too. I bit you.
Yes.
Okay, so it's statistics.
The only people who bite each other are Evan James.
Don't train with us. One last statistic. Gina, who is a shout out, who is a
ER
nurse. She said people come in with bites all the time.
Yeah.
And they're not dog bites usually. It's a human bite.
Right.
And the human mouth has more bacteria in it than a dog bite, and it tends to get more infected.
Right.
So There's some food for thought. Antiviral.
See ya.